When we're thinking about trekking up a mountain, we're often thinking about just that, the up part. But it's often the down that comes as a bit of a physical surprise to many of us. Well, stick around because today I'm going to be taking a quick look at a few different techniques you can use to try and help make the descent a little bit easier for you. Hi, my name's Jack and welcome to the Summit Fit YouTube channel. As well as hints and tips on techniques in the mountains, we'll also be looking at all kinds of gear and equipment that you can use to try and help make your time in the mountains a little bit easier. Now if that sounds like your kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Walking downhill can have up to 4 times more impact on your knees than walking on a flat surface or uphill surface. So I'm going to run through a handful of tips and techniques now to try and help make the descent a little bit easier for you. Number 1, prepare your equipment. Make sure your backpack is fitted properly, that all the straps are tightened around the shoulders, waist and also the sternum strap. This will reduce movement in the backpack and therefore reduce the chance of you losing your balance. As well, make sure items inside the pack are packed properly. So that is that heavier items such as water are closer to your back rather than further away. Number 2, foot placements. Try and make conscious decisions as you're on the descent. Aim for more sturdy, well-established places to put your feet down as you're on the way down. So that is things like, for instance, flatter, rocky surfaces, maybe more stable, well-packed ground such as footpaths, etc., or steps on the ground, rather than loose bracken, mud, dirt, or wobbly rocks, etc. Number 3, try and keep a slight bend in your knees as you're on the way down. So that is to keep soft knees on the descent. That way you're recruiting the muscles in your legs more so than the joint in your knees to absorb that impact on the way down. Of course, this will be quite exhausting on the muscles, so it will be a little bit of a trade-off. However, it will massively reduce the impact on your knees. Number 4, if possible, if you're on more open ground, try and zigzag on the descent. So it's taking more sweeping, zigzagging movements, moving from side to side. This reduces the angle of the gradient that you're coming down and therefore reduces the impact on your knees. Of course, if you're following a trail, this may not be possible, but you'll notice a lot of paths and footpaths, etc. in the hills already do this. Number 5, reevaluate your kit. Of course, some of those cool looking jackets that you're carrying in your bag for a few extra selfies might look great on Instagram, but having the extra weight isn't going to be good for your knees. Go through your kit, make sure you've only got the essentials and exactly what you need for the day out. That way, you're dropping the weight in your pack and therefore reducing the impact on your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I keep losing what number I'm on here. And finally, use walking poles. Using walking poles will help transfer some of your weight from your legs to your arms. Much in the same way you might reduce the weight in your backpack, this is going to reduce the impact on your knees and joints further. Now if you're new to using walking poles, you might find the following day your arms are going to ache, but of course that's because you're using them to walk with effectively. With practice, of course, that ache is going to reduce, so just stick to it. When you're using walking poles, try and place your palm over the top of the pole. This will reduce the chance of your hand slipping down it and you losing grip. As well, remember to keep soft knees as you're descending. You don't want to use them like a pair of crutches. You've got to keep soft knees, continue to walk, but use the walking poles as a bit of support. So that's just a quick look at a few different techniques that you might use to help descending mountains a little bit easier. If you've used any of these and you found them useful, or you've got any hints and tips yourself, make sure you stick them in the comments below because we'd love to hear your ideas also. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit subscribe below so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.